They don't talk about us, only when there's a crime. Would you believe me if I was to tell you that in this world, with or without money, we're all rich, even the poor? The problem is those that say that I'm reaching out to give a hand and stay they leeching hands is itching, ready to see you missing. Well, I think I went to write. Something inside me told me I can freestyle or I can rap. I can go with a rhythm that can make you dance. Tell you what I say on a daily, tell you everything's okay just to avoid dilemma. Or I can simply bring you something positive to the table and warn you of the ongoing problems that we're having. Instead, I have to reach out to my conscience once again as I watch the crime and the violence rise and the kids lose their innocence. Now, the concept of forming a home day by day loses its essence. They don't want to hear that. I can't keep my arms crossed in front of the system. If I don't do something, I'm also part of the problem. As guilty as the one that pulls the trigger, like the person in the crowd that hits the record button on their phone to expose a lie instead of the truth for clout. They need 1,000 views. The government doesn't have a solution. The problem started when we took God out the equation. The problem ain't us celebrating. The problem is that we're a nation divided when we should be a nation united and praying. That's how we live today. When problems occur, we come up with a meaning. Laugh a little, move on with no care in the world, as if it ain't even a thing in this world. If it's like this today, I don't want to see the future. Because nowadays, they'll make a meme out of a person that can't even see the day of light no more. What makes you think they care? They can't even break bread at the table. I don't know how you want to be rappers and lyricists can go on with life, living on an illusion of nothing good to write. Talking about killing someone, selling drugs with pride, until the scripts are flipped and it's someone you love dies. Right? This ain't solved by activating the National Guards and going behind bars. This is deep, this is me and you. And they say as time passed by, we'll heal everything. Shit, you know these scars? I seen time flash by and never felt everything. Leaving me on standby, ready to kill everything. Alone in the mirror, looking at myself, say, girl, you're everything. You don't need for anything, shorty. So unless you walk a mile in my shoes, don't say anything. Just take a minute and listen so you can consume everything. Me and you are not the same, so make sure you look both ways when you cross me, and that's on everything. Whoa. Hey, what up, everybody? Hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble day. I hope all of y'all continue to have a blessed and humble day. I'm not going to be on here for long. I just wanted to get on here real quick. For those of y'all, like I said, listen, I've been talking about the TikTok ban for the past 2 days. But I have a video for y'all, so shout out to this guy right here. Let me get y'all his name real quick. No, I don't want it like that. Yo, take that off. All right. No, I wanted the one side by side. All right, here we go. All right. Like I was saying the other day to a lot of people, and I know a lot of people don't care. But if you do have side businesses, you do Uber Eats, you do all this other stuff on the side, any gigs and stuff like that, yo, it's not just affecting TikTok, it's affecting all our side gigs. Like he actually the bill is already there. He just waiting for him to sign it. So I don't know what y'all waiting for. If these truckers could come together, if all the truckers can come together from, when they did this whole thing with the immigrant truckers and all that, they all came together and made them stop. What are we gonna do? Everybody that's got a side business that has a side hustle, what is y'all waiting to do? Because one person making a phone call to the senator is not gonna work. 10 people making a call to the senator is not gonna work. We need everybody that has a side hustle to get up and make that stand. To push it down into a minimum wage. But real quick before I keep going, shout out to 850 Club. 850 Club. That's the name of the YouTuber that posted this. So shout out to him. I see there's more YouTubers speaking on it. So shout out to the YouTubers that are speaking on this situation. Yo, the way that the economy is, the way that the job situations is, I know here in North Philadelphia, yo, everywhere you go, I don't care if you go to LinkedIn or whatever, you apply for these jobs and they ignore the crap out of you. They saying they hiring, they saying this, they saying that. And then the jobs that do come and call you fast, they don't pay you what's worth. Come on.
job, you should get paid by tips.
This also includes people that drive for Uber. Everyone that has a side hustle will be affected.
Change is coming for millions of gig workers, and that goes into effect in March.
They're trying to push it down into a minimum wage job. You should get paid by tips.
This also includes people that drive for Uber, Lyft, and even DoorDash.
Well, under this law, Uber gets to avoid paying their workers when they do not have someone in their vehicles.
Everything goes into an effect
Pay
March
attention.
11, 2024. Here's what you need to know right now.
Oh, snap. We on March 15, and I've been talking about this for the past couple of days. Everybody's like, Ray, you tripping? No, I'm not. I'm gonna do a whole live on the meeting that they actually had. So it's like, yo, y'all need to pay attention and open up your eyes. Shout out to 850 Club.
Now, in tandem, the Labor Department also rescinding a Trump-era rule today that had broadened the classification of independent contractors. The revamped rule means easier access to benefits, protections, overtime, higher wages, and more.
The Biden administration issues a rule that could curb gig work and contracting. Let me break down exactly what that means. The U.S. Department of Labor on Tuesday issued a final rule that will force companies to treat some workers as employees rather than less expensive independent contractors, in a move that has riled business groups and will likely prompt legal challenges. The rule is widely expected to increase labor costs for industries that rely on contract labor or freelancers, such as trucking, manufacturing, healthcare, and app-based gig services. I know that this is crazy news so far. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Now, if you guys don't know, app-based gig service.
So let me tell y'all something, right? For those of y'all that don't know, us independent contractors, the ones that sell merchandise, that, work online selling, products and stuff like that, or the people that work for Uber, for Uber Eats, for Lyft, the people that work as a TikTok, as a TikTok content creator. Y'all jobs are highly affected, right? We already know this. The bill is there. They're just waiting for this damn president that's got his itchy hands to sign it. Like his hands are so itchy to sign this contract, like this bill and stuff. But my thing is with everything, like I said, once again, like this is not going to be a long live. I just wanted to get on here real quick and show y'all the video here. I want y'all to hear what he's got to say. He's got a real good perspective on this. And yo, what is y'all doing? Like a lot of people really make a living off of this because look, they're trying to turn this into a W-2. Basically, the people that have side gigs and side hustles, they're their own bosses. They're their own bosses. See, we don't collect the taxes like people out here, when you have a regular job, a 9 to 5. We actually pay. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because I know I have to pay y'all to have my business. Every year I have to pay.
Are services like Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Uber Eats, so on and so forth, because there's so many apps that people are independent contractors, and they're essentially having these apps replace their jobs, or they have it as a side hustle for additional income on top of their jobs. No matter how they have it structured, let's quickly break down the meaning of a gig worker.
Gig is actually a slang term, meaning a job for a specified period of time, but it's found its way into mainstream business vocabularies as more and more communities trend toward a gig economy. A gig economy is a free market system in which temporary positions are common. Freelancers, independent contractors, project-based workers, and temporary hires all fall under the title gig workers and are found across every industry. Gig employees could be writers.
Blessings. How you doing, Jig Waba? I hope I said it right, Jig Waba. I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm so sorry if I said it wrong. I do apologize.
Rideshare drivers, photographers, accountants, realtors, handymen, programmers, tutors, artists, dog walkers, really anyone who enters into formal agreements with a company to provide services without being on the company's payroll.
Many of those people will become employees of those same exact companies with new laws and rules. This means as an employee of some of these companies, you will also qualify for some of these benefits like healthcare benefits, paid overtime, and even workman's comp. It also says that most federal and state labor laws,
which means that our hours will not be flexible, because this benefited a lot of moms. You could work from home. A lot of fathers, they could work from home and attend their kids and do what they got to do and still pay the bills. It affects a lot of people.
such as those requiring a minimum wage and overtime pay, apply only to a company's employees. Studies suggest that employees can cost companies up to 30% more than independent contractors. The rule will require that workers be considered employees rather than independent contractors when they are economically dependent on the company. Now, California has already put something like this in place not long ago called Prop 22. Let's see how that's going so far.
This is the beginning of the end of worker protections.
Prop 22 is probably the most dangerous labor law that has been passed or voted on in my lifetime.
I'm very disappointed.
Some full-time drivers like myself are doing, I think, something like 90% of the rides.
It's going to be hard to survive.
This is so important, guys, because if you take a look at what has happened in California after the passage of Prop 22, you can really understand and grasp how disastrous this Trump-era rule would have been for workers across the country.
He says that Proposition 22 will make it impossible to earn a living driving full-time.
They're trying to.
So for those of y'all that don't know what the law is called, it's called Proposition 22.
Push it down into a minimum wage job. You should get paid by tips.
He's right about that. And unfortunately, after Prop 22 passed, many of the drivers who were promised all sorts of perks and benefits found themselves getting quite the opposite. Well, under this law, Uber gets to avoid paying their workers when they do not have someone in their vehicle. So if they're on the road looking for someone to give a ride to, they're not getting paid for that time.
Now, it's still early in California with their Prop 22, and we'll see if this is also going to have any effect on California in general with this new law. But either way, it still gives us an idea of what things are going to look like in the future. Now, believe it or not, a lot of people are thinking that this is going to be a positive thing, and some people think this is going to be 100% negative. Let's go over a few of the pros and cons of this taking place. Now, there are some pros of this happening, like affordable healthcare benefits, workman's comp, paid overtime, minimum wage salaries, protections like basic insurance while working. You may be able to create a union. You also have unemployment insurance as well as Social Security benefits. Now, those are most of the pros for people who are essentially looking to have that job feel or that job safety net in a sense, as opposed to being an independent contractor. But that doesn't mean you're not going to have any cons like filing a W-2 versus a 1099. Now, filing a W-2 is not the end of the world, as we all know. However, you're not going to be able to get some of those same deductions that you would as you were when you were an independent contractor. Also, as an
independent contractor, you make way more. And like I said, I don't understand because we don't file taxes. We actually pay taxes. I'm a business owner. So I'm a little confused in this. Why? Like, you got your own rules, your own time, is your own hours, it's flexible. You can go to school if you have to go to school. You're able to attend your kids. Like, a lot of parents can't go to work and attend the kids at the same time, and deal with everything that's going on. Like, listen, man, I'm in the hood seeing all and everything that's happening. Like, yo, once again, this is not going to be a long live. This is going to be a quick live. I'm just letting y'all know what's going on. For all those out here that got side hustles, yes, it affects way more than just Lyft, Uber, and stuff like that. Like, yo, if you out here selling merchandise, jewelry, clothes, products, and stuff like that, you're your own boss. Yes, this is going to affect you bad.
Employee, the company could also always either lay you off, let people go, fire people, just like any other job. Let's not forget why you started the side hustle in the first place, so you can have your own set hours. That may change as well, depending on how much people are actually working and how long throughout the day that they're working as well. Now, the Labor Department has said that the rule was designed to crack down on industry.
No. I get where you're coming from, but at the end of the day, my side hustle benefits me because listen, when you end up with no jobs and no nothing, you still got money coming in. Like we're not trying to be in these streets. Listen, I don't know how people think, but I'm thinking to owning my own. This affects the people, the contractors out here that are selling houses and much more. Like self-employed. I'm not sitting here to be. I'm self-employed. I'm not trying to work for somebody that's going to determine the hours that I got to go in and affect the time that I got dealing with my kids. I've already been there, done that. So a lot of us don't got the choices that other people had. That was the whole point of the gigs and the side hustles. It's like, yo, this goes deeper. So for those that don't understand, yo, y'all, I don't know. I think y'all need to go do your research. And I'm not coming at nobody. But what I'm trying to say is a lot of people need this and depend on this. Working a 9 to 5, listen, that shit right now isn't working for a lot of people. And the people is having issues with their jobs, people firing people for no reason. A lot of companies ain't even hiring. Let's start with that. The companies that say we hiring, you got a lot of people on here. Like, listen, man, I'm part of all these programs. You see people going in there, and even the people, the workers that are sitting here helping these clients try to get the jobs are having issues trying to get these people their jobs. Like, nah, being self-employed is way better. And I'm not going to take that idea from nobody. That's something that we've been motivating a lot of people to do. Start their own companies, start their own businesses and stuff like that. And a lot of these businesses depend on a lot of the social media apps. One of them being one of the biggest apps out there right now, which is TikTok. So if we look into this more, we'll see what's really happening. I'm not going to talk so much on YouTube because YouTube will strike my channel. Been there, done that. I'm not doing it. So now I know how to talk. I'm bringing awareness to what's happening. It's up to anybody who wants to take it and they do what with the advice and the awareness I'm giving to them as they want to. Because that's all I'm here to do. I'm not here to convince nobody. I'm not here to change nobody's mind. I'm here to bring the awareness, let y'all know what's happening, give y'all my opinion, my perspective, what I've learned, what I see. So I'm hoping that nobody, oh yeah, we talk about that a lot about creating our own community. We've been talking about creating our own communities, but in order to get people to listen, we have to keep talking and not give up. So this is why I'm a little like, yo, taking away these, like, shutting down these side hustles, banning the gigs, banning the side hustles, banning apps to help these people with their own businesses like that. I'm like, no, because a lot of people got a lot of brilliant ideas and it's going somewhere with it. So it's kind of like, as soon as you see people starting to get somewhere with it, they want to like shut it down. Boom. No, I think people need to start waking up. And I understand a lot. Listen, I'm willing to hear people's ideas, what they think, people's solutions, what they think could help when it comes to situations, when it comes to a situation like this. Like, that's a good idea. Create your own app. That's not a bad idea. That's why I be talking to the kids a lot about trading and coding. And a lot of our kids really need to learn this, and a lot of them already know it. Yeah, TikTok does it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like TikTok doesn't keep a lot of people at no certain. Like TikTok is. I'm not gonna bash TikTok. TikTok does and has helped a lot of people, content creators and business people. So I want y'all to listen to what he's got to say because I'm not going to be here long. I got to, attend to something else. This was just a pop up live real quick so that y'all can hear what's happening, not just from my own mouth, but from another content creator's mouth.
industries, including construction and healthcare, where misclassification of workers is common, but its potential impact on app based delivery and ride hailing services, whose business models depend
Blessings, bro. Spill JP. Blessings. How you doing?
on contract/gig labor has garnered the most attention. Companies including Uber and Lyft have expressed concerns about the rule, but have also said they do not expect it to lead to their drivers being classified as employees. C.R. Wooters, Uber's head of federal affairs, said in a statement that the new rule does not materially change the law under which we operate. Drivers across the country have made it overwhelmingly clear in their comments on this rule and in survey after survey that they do not want to lose the unique independence they enjoy, Wooter said. Now, honestly, I do see some benefits by being the employee of a company, but at the same time, if a person wanted to do that, they would have simply applied for a different type of job. You are essentially taking away their ability to be an independent contractor and work when they want to work as long as they want to work. And so when you take that away from people, it essentially puts them in a position where they're forced to feel like, well, if this feels like a job, I may as well go back to a job or do something different. Another news article said that nearly 40% of US workers, or more than 64 million people, did some freelance work in the past 12 months, according to a December survey by freelancing marketplace Upwork. Now, just because a person is a freelancer, regardless of what they do, if they're an artist or if they work for a company sparingly, as an independent contractor, it doesn't necessarily mean that a person is equipped to actually work for that company. You still have to go through the hiring process, the drug
Facts.
testing process.
Yep.
So it's going to be really interesting to see how a lot of these companies start to respond to this because, as we know, it's election season. A lot of things tend to happen around election season. And so we want to see how all this plays out. Now, no matter what you want to
Election season, he is so correct. And you telling me that if all of us business owners don't come together and make our stand, demand what we asking for, something won't be done. Come on, y'all. Let's get it together.
call it. People in America are looking for more ways to make additional income, especially with inflation being as high as it is, especially with people having credit card debt, especially with interest rates being at a certain point. It's nothing wrong with having additional income. The problem
Ah, I might disagree with you on this one. And we could agree to disagree because a lot of Facebook users are coming over to YouTube and have been coming over to YouTube since the pandemic started. A lot of these new users that you see on YouTube are from Facebook, are from Instagram. I stopped using Facebook like I'm gonna say 6 years ago. I stopped and I came to YouTube. It's been 7 years already. I'm not gonna say here it's between 7 and 6 years. I've been here on YouTube. Facebook is not the same and hasn't been the same from when it started. I mean, I could honestly say, yo, there's a lot of Facebook users here on YouTube. That's why you see a lot of drama on YouTube because they're turning YouTube into Facebook. That's why I'm getting sick of YouTube. Like I've been a lot on TikTok. I've been a lot on Snapchat. Like I've been a lot on other places that is not YouTube and Facebook. I come here still because I got my podcast. I have, I follow a lot of people. I'm subscribed to a lot of people that I love watching. I love listening to, and I get a lot of knowledge from. So listen, man, you'll be surprised when you see a lot of stuff. You be like, yo, was you on YouTube or was you on Facebook? Like people will tell you I came from Facebook. You be like, damn. Yeah, this whole matrix thing is confusing a lot of people. Like the numbers be up in there, but it's election time. Listen, like he just said, it's election time. Y'all telling me that all of us together, every business owner out here that has side hustles, y'all out here selling clothes, y'all out here selling, you know, people that are starting their own music, trying to get their own labels. These are side hustles, gigs. Because people are on TikTok promoting their music. They're on YouTube promoting their music. They're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere promoting their music. Hey, yo, the people that are on here, the content creators from certain apps. Yes, this is going to affect y'all. Y'all don't have W2s. Like, I'm sorry to say it. I don't mean to laugh when I said that, but that's a Facebook. Listen, man. I've been on Facebook, and a lot of people they just for the drama. Like, if you ain't arguing and screaming and shouting, that's why I don't be on Facebook. Like here on YouTube, I got people that'll sit here and listen. TikTok, I definitely got people that if I go do a live, I'm not getting no 30 views like I get here on YouTube. I go to TikTok and get do a live. I'm getting over 900, over 1,000, over 2,000 views per live. So I'm sorry to say it's a big difference. I got a bigger audience when I do lives on TikTok than when I do here. It's a bigger audience over there. There's more people listening. Yeah, I wish I had my uploads reach all them views so they could see the poems and share each and one of them poems like phew. But it is what it is. I'm happy with what I got. I'm happy with what I got because I'm just trying to bring awareness when it comes to the content creating. And like, yeah, I got a big worry that they won't let me use TikTok no more because my merchandise gets sold through there. So yeah, like what's up?
problem is that when people are now trying to do things the right way and have it where they work with these multiple apps or freelance work or whatever they're doing it to make a better lives for them and their family. So it only makes sense that we start with that top of mind. If people want to be an employee, they will simply opt to be
Facts,
an
real
employee. But if
fast.
they don't want to, especially for a specific company, it's not best that we make it look like we're trying to force people into these regulations. Overall, I hope this ends up working out in everyone's favor because that's why a lot of people started these side hustles, not to only make additional income on the side, but a lot of people have turned this into their full-time income. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you thought this video was great,
All right. I'm gonna drop the link. I'm maybe got like another 10, 15 minutes on here, but I will drop the link real quick. Anybody wants to, you know, give an opinion, give a perspective, more than welcome. I'm gonna be on here for another 10 minutes, another 15 minutes. If not, I'm off this joint because this was a pop-up live. So y'all more than welcome to give y'all perspective. If not, I'll just end this with a song. Well, yeah, of course there's a little surprise. Ooh, we've got cute little French fry earrings. I mean, look at how small they are compared to a Shopkins. It's like Shopkins can order their own adorable French fry. Oh yeah. And inside of the whatever business needs, it's Prince. The Prince, like teachers, caps, even a logo. They can put on all that. Because with this print, utilities are endless. Switch to H&R Block this semester and don't just file their taxes. File free like a champ. Students can file. My bad, I was on mute. Blessings, how you doing?
What's up, sis?
Hey,
Um, yeah, I've been I've been rapping since I think 2010,
yeah.
and I'm just gonna give you a brief summary of my little short career. Okay, I was signed to a record company It was a independent record company under Columbia Records,
Yeah.
and they sold over 800 tracks. Tyra Banks and some other people had commented on some of the tracks, and like I said, the money, it you not gonna look. I don't stay in no mansion. You know what I'm saying? Now I checked back on there before the website was shut down. Um, on there, I think it had sold millions of copies after that. So, but I'm sitting on zero while they was selling. So I don't know what it was. It probably was a record deal or whatever. But you right though, because if I would have had to file income taxes on that, and I wonder if they looking at me for that. You know what I'm saying? Because when I go to the bank, I'm getting shut down like um like it ain't nothing. So when I tried to go to the bank one time, I told this before on here on YouTube. I went to the bank one time to file a loan to get a loan, and they had to almost look like the SWAT team to come out there and escort me out the premises. You know what I
Oh
mean?
wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, they do.
So
I seen that happen to some lady. She went in there and she went to cash. I think it was a check, and that check was high. I forgot it. I think it was a little high. I'm not sure how high it was, but it was real high. And she caught a little attitude with the clerk and stuff. And they went and called the cops, and they like this whole thing got filled up, and all because she caught an attitude. It was because they're not allowed to, they have to go through a manager or something like that in the banks when them checks are real high, something like that, to make sure that it's not stolen or it's not a whatever. Listen, man, don't get me to lying on what it is, but when it's real, like when I think your check is above like $5. I mean, I'm not sure what the number is. Don't get me to lie, but I know you can't go in there with deep checks.
also, I don't know if you realize this that when they bought that somebody had purchased BET.
Yeah, they said that. I thought
Okay,
it was Tyler Perry for 1 second, but nope.
so when they purchased BET, the man sold they sold B they sold BET. So they say that's black entertainment, but they didn't ask us for our permission to sell that because they actually sold it away. So when you look at it, they sold away all of our rights without our consent. And so like I think that everybody in the industry, independent, and I ain't really trying to reach out to the mainstream ones. I think that if we all started, we need to do a lawsuit for real. We need a lawyer to file a lawsuit because they claim BET. Now, how can you say BET? You put our name on there. You know what I'm saying? That's our name. So it's like our name is tossed all around everywhere.
Yeah, I was when I did my live earlier. I was showing people, like I showed a video that they had on TikTok talking about how the Oscars was it was originally invented by a black man, and his name was Oscar Michels. I can't say his last name right. Michelle, something like that. Michelle. So I was like, oh snap, I didn't even know that the person that created movies was a whole black person the whole time. Like I'm thinking it was a white person. And it broke it down. I was like, damn.
But
So I
think
wanted
about
to show.
this here too. But they say we begging for stuff. No, we trying to get what's ours. Like even the light
Yeah.
company, all them. The light
Look,
company.
if you do your research and look, I didn't mean to cut you off, but if you go deep into this, if you go deep into that rabbit hole, I'm gonna say it like that. Um, you go and find out that we're not supposed to be paying for electricity. We're not supposed to be paying for water. That's why I did a whole poem, and in the poem it says, listen, this is America, land of the free, where you pay for water, even the air you breathe. You're not supposed to be paying for these fruits. Like it's to the point now where you can't even bring fruits with seeds from any other country.
But see,
So
that's the
like,
problem.
like, people
The
don't wake
problem
up.
with us, the problem with a lot of us is that we're not working together. We want to work together,
Exactly.
but we never do it. So like,
Nope.
how many artists out here? I was talking to a R&B singer from England, one of them places over there in Europe, and I forgot the name of the sister, but she do her music fire. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Maybe
but
having some lit music.
we want to work together, but we can't. Now, a lot of us, if we had that bank, then a lot of this stuff would have been done, settled and done. But you got a lot of these artists that might be broke, but they ain't telling nobody. Cause you got like a lot of mainstream artists,
They
they
broke.
not gonna tell
It's
you that
out
they
there.
broke. You
No,
know what
the
I'm
info's
saying?
out there. We just don't want to believe it. Like we
Yeah.
could be really realistic about it. I'm real about that. Like we don't want to believe it because they've done interviews. They've said I've hit rock bottom. I haven't been able to pick myself up, and people
But
just don't want
see,
to believe that these people are
the
like just
reason
me.
why, but here's the thing. Okay, they can sell like a venue. Hold on. I'll be right back.
He's on point with everything that he's saying too. So it's just crazy that a lot of us. This is why I can't judge nobody at all. Like our opinions matter because a lot of us through our opinions could bring solutions, and we don't even know that. Like
I'm
his
I'm
opinion
sorry to
gives
cut
somebody
in,
an idea. Oh no, you
uh,
good. Go ahead. I was just talking
but
to you.
I'm finna go and help my wife get these groceries out the car. I'll be right back. All right.
Okay,
All right. Yeah, man.
but like I was saying, his opinions could give somebody else an idea. But this is a topic that we've been talking for the longest, yo. I've been talking to people about this topic for weeks already, and we've all been talking about it. I know that I did an email. I made a phone call to Brandon Boyle. If you're in Philadelphia, you know why I say that. If you're in Philadelphia, you know why I'm saying that. So the same way y'all know that I speak up for the schools, right? And y'all know that in Philadelphia, it's Brandon Boyle. That's the person that you want to go to. That's the person that you want to actually meet up with. The person that you want you want to reach for whatever it has to do with these schools and everything else. So he is the same person that deals with the small businesses. I'm not sure who it is. Who is the senator in your state in your city, but here in Philadelphia is Brandon Boyle. One thing I could say he is for the kids. Now about the small businesses and the businesses, I'm doing my research in him because I was more focused into the schools for a minute, and all this is happening, and I'm like, damn, a lot of business owners are saying the same thing I'm saying. I'm like, I just started this, and it's benefiting me, and I'm doing good. As soon as I start doing something good, like boom, like y'all really want to sit here and take all our rights like that? Like that's why I'm looking deeper into these laws and into these bills and all that stuff because this is a bill that they passed. But there's a law there that surpasses that bill that just got passed. And if we start doing our research and we start fighting and demanding for the right things, we can actually accomplish our goal and do what we gotta do. And I know that a lot of y'all depend on these side hustles, on your side gigs and on gigs like and stuff like that. I'm so sorry. But yo, this is out of hand. Like this man is really trying to take every source of income that we got, but yet you're bringing somebody in from other countries and loading them up with all this money, giving them all these resources, and taking away from us, the actual U.S. citizens. Like, let's make it make sense. Hey, I know. I'm over here talking about the banning of. I was letting people know that they're not just banning TikTok. Biden wants to ban all side hustles: Uber Eats, Uber, Lyft, people that do construction on the side, people that sell products, that sell merchandise.
You won't be able to.
Like I'm like, is you serious? The bill is there. They're waiting for him to sign it. It got
They
passed.
still gotta get passed. He can sign the bill, it gotta get passed.
Let's see what's happening because everything got passed through March 11th. Look. Uh-uh. I gotta put the StreamYard again to show the video. Stop. What's that? Share. Later.
Everyone that has a side hustle will be affected.
Change is coming for millions of gig workers, and that goes into effect in March.
They're trying to push it down into a minimum wage job. You should get paid by tips.
This also includes people that drive for Uber, Lyft, and even DoorDash.
Well, under this law, Uber gets to avoid paying their workers when they do not have someone in their vehicles.
Everything goes into an effect March 11, 2024. Here's what you need to know right now.
Now, in tandem, the Labor Department also rescinding a Trump-era rule today that had broadened the classification of independent contractors. The revamped rule means easier access to benefits, protections, overtime, higher wages, and more.
The Biden administration issues a rule that could curb gig work and contracting. Let me break down exactly what that means. The U.S. Department of Labor on Tuesday issued a final rule that will force companies to treat some workers as employees rather than less expensive independent contractors, in a move that has riled business groups and will likely prompt legal challenges. The rule is widely expected to increase labor costs for industries that rely on contract labor or freelancers, such as trucking, manufacturing, healthcare, and app-based gig services.
That's why that senator kept throwing Biden in the CEO of TikTok's face like that.
All right, just pay attention. I'm not going to get into it. You know, I'm about to do what I'm doing. But at the same time, just pay attention. When everybody started saying we're not going to make these deliveries, we're not going to make these deliveries with the truckers and the unions and all that. Listen, when they did that and they stood up for that, you see they went back to work. Why? Because they knew that they needed them workers to be working. It is essential to everybody's economic as well as political parties. You understand what I'm saying?
This is crazy.
Services. I know that this is crazy news so far. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Now, if you guys don't know, app-based gig services are services like Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Uber Eats, so on and so forth, because there's so many apps that people are independent contractors and they're essentially having these apps replace their jobs, or they have it as a side hustle for additional income on top of their jobs. No matter how they have it structured, let's quickly break down the meaning of a gig worker.
Gig is actually a slang term, meaning a job for a specified period of time, but it's found its way into mainstream business vocabularies as more and more communities trend toward a gig economy. A gig economy is a free market system in which temporary positions are common. Freelancers, independent contractors, project-based workers, and temporary hires all fall under the title gig workers and are found across every industry. Gig employees could be writers, rideshare drivers, photographers, accountants, realtors, handymen, programmers, tutors, artists, dog walkers, really anyone who enters into formal agreements with a company to provide services without being on the company's payroll.
Many of those people will become employees of those same exact companies with new laws and rules. This means as an employee of some of these companies, you will also qualify for some of these benefits like healthcare benefits, paid overtime, and even workman's comp. It also says that most federal and state labor laws, such as those requiring a minimum wage and overtime pay, apply only to a company's employees. Studies suggest that employees can cost companies up to 30% more than independent contractors. The rule will require that workers be considered employees rather than independent contractors when they are economically dependent on the company. Now, California has already put something like this in place not long ago called Prop 22. Let's see how that's going so far.
This is the beginning of the end of worker protections.
Prop 22 is probably the most dangerous labor law that has been passed or voted on in my lifetime.
I'm very disappointed.
Some full-time drivers like myself are doing, I think, something like 90% of the rides.
It's going to be hard to survive.
This is so important, guys, because if you take a look at what has happened in California after the passage of Prop 22, you can really understand and grasp how disastrous this Trump-era rule would have been for workers across the country.
He says that Proposition 22 will make it impossible to earn a living driving full-time.
They're trying to push it down into a minimum wage job. You should get paid by tips.
He's right about that. And unfortunately, after Prop 22 passed, many of the drivers who were promised all sorts of perks and benefits found themselves getting quite the opposite. Well, under this law, Uber gets to avoid paying their workers when they do not have someone in their vehicle. So if they're on the road looking for someone to give a ride to, they're not getting paid for that time.
Now, it's still early in California with their Prop 22, and we'll see if this is also going to have any effect on California in general with this new.
Hold on. Now, me hearing this, is the ASA like on a trial? Are they like on a trial in California?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're not gonna be able to make this work. It's not gonna be able to work. It's not gonna be able to work.
Oh snap! So they basically started off with California and whatever state the other state he just mentioned.
Yeah, they're trying to see if it's gonna work. That ain't gonna work.
They're guinea pigs right now, basically. What the? That shit is crazy. Oh, I didn't mean to curse. But it's too late. All right, I'm trying to give Mr. G Quab. I can't say his name right. I can't pronounce it. Is
Jaquabi.
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 Jaquabi. Okay.
I'm saying yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jaquaba.
Oh, okay, Jaquaba. Okay.
Jaquaba. I was close.
I was like, I'm trying to pronounce his name the whole time, and I'm like, even when he separated it in the chat, I'm like, man, I'm so bad at pronouncing like this.
Okay, well, see, what I was talking about is this, right? Okay, on YouTube, you get 80% of royalties for like, so every minute, but on YouTube, every minute, I think it's like a penny something like that.
Now, see, that's why I like TikTok better. That's why I like TikTok
watch
better.
this side. Okay, now on the radio, you get paid, this just with BMI, you get paid 32 cents every minute. So if your song is 4 minutes and you in rotation, now some radio station, they pay you like $70-something a minute. It depends on the radio station. Okay, so you got to pay to get your music in rotation or whatever, but once you in there or you know a DJ or somebody, then you good. Now, I said, I really think that YouTube and a lot of these streaming things, this is why a lot of artists is struggling right now, because you can't take care of your family with no penny. You can't, and see people like the record companies, they want you, they trying to make their money fast and quick. So when it come down to us, it's like, okay, how y'all gonna get this money to coming in? T-Pain did something on this, I think last year. Okay, how you gonna get the money to coming in? So they want you to get the money however you could get it. If you could get it singing in church, but that's why you see a lot of artists out here that's being nasty. You got this one over here doing this and that one over there doing that because they done borrowed this money from these people, and these people say they want their money back. You know what I'm saying? And they done took that money that they got, that advance or whatever they want to call it, and now they own that person until they pay back this money. So now you borrow, I think you borrow $1 million, you got to pay that times 5. So that's $1 million times 5 for 1 million. You got to pay all this money back, and they trying to figure out, okay, how we gonna get this money? So they look at artist pages and they see, okay, the music sound fire, but they ain't getting a lot of traction in there, so I ain't finna get them nothing. Or they might take a chance if they see that you as a person that's wild, like, you know, certain people in the industry. And then they'll say, okay, I'm gonna shoot this one over here, this money over here, because I know he willing or she willing to do anything it take to bring this money in, right? So this is what they call selling your soul. When you is willing to do anything it take to make this money, you gonna worship the devil, and you gonna do it before everybody that don't need to be seeing that crap. You gonna do everything it take to make this money. And so you got some artists that'll break you in, so they know that you ain't down for all that right there. So if some artists say, you know what, I'm gonna break this artist in, which means that I'm finna give them a shout out or whatever, and just get their things up, whatever. But a lot of them ain't doing it. And you know that the ones that would do it, they done murdered them and moved them out the way. You see what I'm saying? So you had people back in the day that'll get on your track with you for free. They wouldn't charge you nothing because they know you ain't got nothing. They know that you came from the same kind of struggle that they came from. So you got remember DMX? It's
Yeah, man.
suspicious on how as he got up there and he started going talking to our brothers and sisters on the corner and saying that he wanted to, I don't know if you remember this, DMX said this on a live before he passed. He said he feel good, and he said that he's trying to open up something to help help the independent artists, and then all of a sudden he gets sick in the hospital and he died because of some, you see what I'm saying?
Because they say that he took the jab.
Yeah, and then they turn around and say that ain't why he died. But so how many people done died by taking that right there? Like I think that they took my grandma out with that, and like I said, you took out my grandma. I don't care nothing about your organization. You took out my grandma. Why should I trust you? But anyway, back to what I'm saying. So we see the issue, right? We know that artists need airtime. Where's all the music executives and all these people that say they love music and this and that and the other? Where they at? How many people say they want real music? And so they going and supporting all this other stuff. Now, Tupac said before he died, before he got murdered, Tupac said, and I think that was a setup beyond what we think it is. But anyway, when he died, before he died, Tupac was giving artists chances. He said, stop supporting people that's phony. Stop supporting fake people. Support people.
You speak
Listen
on
at
you speak
people.
you going somewhere with that. Like I tell a lot of people, and you on point with it. Like you do got your own YouTube channel, right?
Yep. I mean,
Yeah.
I got support, and I'm happy for the support I got, because
I'm saying
the
you can leave
few
your
that
link
come
right there
in.
because
What's up?
you got them. I say leave your link, drop your link on the chat so others can follow you. You got some knowledge on you.
Yeah, but see, this
Hey,
the thing. We when in it with music, you got to worry about. I put it on there, but with music, you got to worry about people. Um, Hold on, I can send my link. In music, you got to worry about other people trying to get ahead above you.
mhm.
You got, and you know how black people is. So we got to fight each other, and I ain't finna do it. So I'm not willing to be some snake and go in and try to destroy somebody. All of my links
Oh,
is on my about. On my about. Let me share my page,
I
and we can
understand
go.
definitely where you're coming from because you're saying the same thing that Tink. I don't know if you know who that is. That's an artist, and Dej Loaf says they went out got their own labels because they didn't want to go through that, and it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't easy. So it was kind of like I get where you're coming from. A lot of artists, they speak on their stories, and that's why I like listening to Dej Loaf a lot because like the
But
stuff that
it,
she went through and everything. So it's kind of like, yo, you ain't lying about what you just said. I've never, actually spoken
cause
to somebody in
I
music like
remember
that.
going to this cathedral, right? And this is when I had first got started. Back then, when it's fresh, it's always good to get in something when it's fresh. Now we have a new music style. It's called Kodash Lashawn. Kodash Lashawn. They haven't picked up on this, and if they did, they doing some tricky stuff. So it's two kinds. You got to remember, it's two kinds of R&B. It's two kinds of hip hop. It's two kinds of rap. It's two kinds of whatever music. It's uh, I granddaddy and them, they sang country at church. You see what I'm saying? Ray Charles and all that didn't start. Rap did not start from what they saying it started from. So all of these creations, they have to have a place to go to. So this is what I think KRS-One was saying, how it's some of our people that took that advance money and they put them in the front. They put them in the front, so all the other artists is starving while they getting rich. You see what I'm saying? And then when you ask them, a lot of them don't speak to you. Now there was a couple of artists that's in the industry. I'm not gonna throw their names out, but they did speak and reach out. Since I can't hardly prove it, and if I show evidence, people gonna say, "Oh, clout chaser." What is that? That's what I don't understand. They don't even understand the song that the man wrote back then. Who wrote that? Cardi and her husband Offset. That song about clout chasing. I did a live with Sister Christina on this Wise Society. That song with Cardi and Offset did, they took that song all out of context. Cardi B wasn't even talking about none of the stuff with people talking about clout chasing. Why would you make a video on Facebook and you don't want nobody to view the video? Why would you go and put all your income and make cameras and everything and try to make something for the children, a new cartoon to put on TV, and then you say, I don't want nobody to watch it? That's clout chasing. That's stupid. Why would I put all my hard time and effort into making something so nobody can be able to sit back and relax and enjoy it? And so, I'm sorry. You got something to say? I'm sorry. I'm going too long.
Oh no, you're good because I get where you're coming from. Because even I, in the beginning, when I heard the word cloud chaser, I misunderstood and was a part of the trend because I didn't understand what the cloud chaser word. I'm like,
Let me
when people
tell
have
you.
took it to the side, they like, you a content creator. I'm like, okay. They like, well, you need some clout. I said, what? I'm like, I don't want that type of attention because of what was around me, what I saw, what I heard. So I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, cloud chasing means you gotta act stupid. You gotta act a fool online to get attention. I'm like, I'm not doing that. So then afterwards, I learned the meaning of it, and I was like, oh snap. I was like, okay, so you could get clout,
But
or
even back then,
I don't know.
on Facebook, there was some article came out. I don't know if you remember when they first created Facebook. There was an article that a Facebook person had wrote, and it said how to get followers. So inside of this thing, I think it was some kind of Facebook creator trying to show people how it worked or whatever. And so what they did inside of this article, they showed how to get supporters. They said, okay, you friend somebody, ask them to follow you back. Try that all you want to. Nobody ain't gonna follow you back. Okay, so the next thing they do is they say, okay, now you got to compete with other Facebook creators. So what people started doing, listening to this article, which was totally against what you're supposed to do in business or in community, what they started to doing is they start ragging on other people that's creating. Like they might make a post, show a picture of their dog or something. Back then, you remember, you could only write something up there on Facebook, so you couldn't really share pictures and stuff like that, like videos and stuff. So back then, because they were just not coming out with the phones that you could actually watch.
I was forced into Facebook, so it's kind of like when I was into it, it was a little different because I went from MySpace to Facebook. I was forced
Right.
into it. Facebook, MySpace wasn't working no more. It just stopped working out of nowhere one day. Everybody's
It's
like,
still
"Oh, you
up though.
gotta create Facebook." It's still there. I still got an account. I can't figure out how to get in there no more. But yeah,
Now
MySpace still around.
there was
Facebook. Yeah, I was forced into Facebook
there
when
was
I was a
Moco
teenager.
Space.
When
I
it
don't
came
know if
out.
you remember. Remember, it was Moco Space, and then it
Oh
was
damn.
MySpace,
Yeah.
and
Even
then
in like all apps.
right, and then it was Facebook, and everybody stayed with Facebook, and that's how the
Yup.
man got rich. All right, now what people did is they put themselves in this position where they start thinking, okay, I got to fight against this one and that one. I would notice that when I write up something, somebody else will write something slick, and so I wouldn't respond back to it. And then some followers will leave from me and go over there. I say, okay, if y'all want to be like that, then go. I ain't say it to them, but I said, y'all gonna be fake on here playing this little game. I know the article that y'all think nobody ain't read, because that article you can't hardly find it no more. But that was a original article that came out to show people how to get other people. And this is what they did: character assassination. This is what people started doing on Facebook. The same thing they doing on other apps. Like they got out, I think they got one called Bigo, uh, Live Me, and different other apps. What people do is they go on there and do character. They do defamation of character on these apps. Even preachers was doing it. Everybody was in the process. They was doing this, and that's why I said I got off of Facebook. I kept the account, and when I would come back on there, a lot of my real supporters. They would come and say, hey, or whatever, come and support the video. I had, like, I'm telling you, this is what character assassination could do. I had to the maximum of followers. And back then on Facebook, everybody was in, they would like speak to you. So if some big movie star came on there, they say hey to you. They don't act like you're not there. You know what I'm saying? But when you look inside of your inbox and you see people talking to themselves, so this is the issue that we've been having. People is out of order. And like I said, if we don't set no grounds of order, it ain't going to be none set. So whatever we allow, so it start with yourself. Whatever you allow somebody, whatever you allow to do, it start with you. You might be one person. And it's a lot of people that's like that, but it's few. That's not going to go around and try to tear down on somebody so they could get a like on a video, which is nothing. You trying to get likes and get views on your stuff for what? You see what I'm saying? I'm going to destroy some woman's or some man's whole life so I could get a like and a view on a video. That's the most dumbest and evilest thing I ever seen in this world. And like people going around, they mad at you for being mad at them for doing what they do. They don't.
Yeah, but I didn't even experience that. I didn't get a chance to experience that, what you're talking about, until I hit YouTube. That's the crazy part, because I didn't start the content until I did YouTube.
Somebody in my family going around saying some damnable lies about me on Facebook. Damnable lies.
Yeah, that's Dramaville for you.
I was like, man, I can't. You know, you remember when I said, man, I feel like I'm paralleling Tupac life.
Yeah, Facebook
it's
like,
like,
it was something where my baby pops used to be like, yo, why you even on there posting anything? That's why everybody know, but because you're responding back or you saying something back. And I was like, well, I didn't even think about it.
I'm like, man, so this is what this was going on. And so I had to do all I can to break this down. Meanwhile, think about this. We weren't really, because black people wasn't really focusing on politicians and stuff like we is now. Because back then, all we was doing is just going and vote for somebody. Because we like how the colors look or something. I don't know. But that's what we was doing. Oh, Democrat, my grandma voted this, whatever. What we going to vote this one. And so with all that going on, we in the process of destroying one another, while this guy that done wrote 94 crime bill that got granddaddy and whoever else locked up inside of prison. And like I told somebody before, I don't want to. Can I speak what I want to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now they locked up all these people talking about drugs and all this right here. Now I want you to think about this. Think about this real clear. I want to say this to you. Okay, black people is not no drug lords, and they not no queen pins or none of that. Who is the real queen pin and who is the real drug lord? Why did we vote in a person that was pushing stuff into, you see what I'm saying? And then see the man on the street. You see what I'm saying? Yep. Now they legalize it, but they still getting rich off of it. And then look, you gotta go once if they choose to pick you, if you one of the ones that slanging or you ain't slanging nothing, they just put it on you. So now you inside of the correctional facility, which is not no correctional facility, and we know what that is, 13th Amendment. So you inside of this place over here, and you doing free labor. Free labor. While the main drug lord is still pushing it in the hood. When do you see 13-year-olds and 12-year-olds can get on the airplane and fly across the water and go and get stuff and bring it back to the community and say they're a drug lord? So somebody was putting that stuff in the community. A sister did a video of the man confessing who put it in the community. But black people, I'm sorry, so-called black people is still want to go and vote for this guy right here. That when his son got sick, he set up a plan where he could get a hospital and everything, and now all of a sudden now you could go and get treatment. But like I said, where's the money that my mama, she had to hide her money. She had to hide rent money, all type of stuff, because my dad got hooked on that stuff. So when Pac was saying how his mama was hooked on that stuff, I understood where the man was coming from, because if you come from the same hellhole, then you know how I feel when you come out the same hellhole. So when you look at these people that's making this money, and when you tell them, say, man, look, remember where you come from, dog. Why is you acting like that? Why you acting like you don't understand? You don't see us no more. So that's why I say, if we support the people that really want to make a difference, then what happened to them? What happened to the people that once they really start making a difference, what happened to these people? So a lot of our people, they're scared to make a difference. Because what happened to you? You see what happened to Malcolm. You see what happened to all of the people that tried. Look at the Black Panther Party. Look at everything we tried to do. So that's why a lot of us is saying, look, let's get back to this Bible. This is what I'm saying. And that's why I'm telling you, this guy right here, they don't follow no Bible. They follow the paper. They come to our churches, to where our people putting all their money in there, and they don't give you nothing. The only church that I see that's doing more benevolence is the Catholic Church. But our people go, and this guy come inside our church every 4 years, and then we got to sit there and go and vote for him again. The same guy that messed up your whole household, the same guy that made our elders do anything for that rock. They do anything for that rock. And we know this. They didn't aid them. They didn't help our daddies and them. So where's our money at? You see what I'm saying? Where our money at? Where the money for the hood at? Where the money for what they made the blocks? Where we stay on? We stay on blocks. So while we trying to go and vote for destruction, this is what we need to be focusing on. We need to be focusing on our people. What we need to do to fix it. Some of us is mixed, some of us ain't. But I'm not. I know that okay, I understand that. But a child does not have no choice on how they born.
It's the same thing.
What are we gonna do? What are we going to do to fix this situation in our house? See, we can't look at everybody else. Joe Biden we don't know Joe Biden. And he don't know us, and he don't want to know us. Every 4 years, the man come and say vote for him, and then you have you got some people that'll tell you to vote for him in spite of what he do, because they getting some money. He not giving you anything, and if he paid you to destroy everybody in your community, is we gonna allow him to do it? So if we vote this guy in again, I feel like Brother Phil Scott, if we vote this guy right here in again, it's gonna be on us, and it ain't gonna be on me, because I ain't voting for him. But it's gonna be on us if we vote this same guy right here back in. If we vote this guy right here back in, it's going to be on us, and not me. But I'm still going to suffer through it if our people go and vote that man back in. White folk and black folk suffer because of this guy right here. So it ain't no racial excuse. And our people need to be ashamed of themselves. They're going to vote for this guy right here again.
That's the crazy part right there, though. Like, and what's crazy is hard, like, for me to speak on this topic on certain panels, because a lot of people got their preferences. So it's kind of hard, because instead of having a conversation like we're having right now, people turn it into debates, and that's what I try to avoid a lot, because the debate ends up with a whole argument. I ain't arguing with people on social media, especially if I don't know you from a campaign. So like, you're on point with a lot of stuff. That's why I be telling people, listen, I don't have a president. I'm not, I don't want to offend nobody until we have a president that's for us, the people. Like, but my focus is, I tell everybody, yes, the president signed the bills, right? And then for us, like, you see, you just said everything that you just said, and we've been speaking on this for weeks, months, and stuff like that. So, and it's levels to this, it's steps to this, John. Like, if we want to pass these bills and to get these presidents to sign in, we have to hit these legislators. We got to hit them first in order to get these bills passed, to get these presidents to sign them. I be telling them, I'm like, it's levels to it. Like, in order for get these kids off of a lot of these apps and all that, we can't expect the government to do it. We can't expect the CEOs of these companies to do it. We have to get up on our asses and do what we got to do as parents and prevent our kids. Like we have to be FBI's, detectives, everything. Like man, inspect their gadget. Let's put it like that. And a lot of parents don't want to do that. They want to give their kids all this rope to see how far they will go before they hang themselves. And I'm not saying, yo, I don't know how to even put it. Like they prefer to be their friends instead of a parent. Like people get mad when I say that, but it's the truth. This is what I'm seeing. Like there's no more co-parents, and I've had people come in my neck like, "Yo, you let the father of your daughter make all these decisions. You let him. He's the father. Why not? Like he made her with me. He has a choice. He can take her in his car if he wants to go one day and ride off. Like, why should I ask him where you're taking my child? Why should I even discuss it? Like the same way he puts money in my hand, it should be the same way I should let him leave with his daughter. And we together. So like, yo, I be seeing these moms and they with the baby daddies. I'm sitting here questioning, doing this and doing. I'm like, yo, you messing up, shorty. Like this gotta be co-parenting. You won't even let the father of your child say no, you can't do this. Like you call him, complain, say this, complain, and say that. And then when the father does do something, oh, why did you yell at the kid? Or why did you say this? Or why did you do this? I'm like, what do you want him to be? Like a little stick in front of the kid, just be there to show off while you're screaming and shouting and beating the kid. Like the whole point was to de-escalate the situation, but I don't know what a lot of these moms got through their heads. So it's kind of like I could keep going with this with a lot of examples, but I'm just putting one of the top examples that these females are showing in relationships. Like either he's the father or not, because I've heard a lot of these fathers come back and be like, "Yo, feel like I'm not this kid's father. I'm about to give a DNA test. Like I can't say, I can't do, I have no rights." Like I'm like, yo, I don't even know what to say in situations like that. And it's happening a lot. Like from that to I can go on to everything else. Like everything needs to be, it starts with us. And the best thing I can say is unity, listen, united, we're gonna conquer. Divided, which is happening right now, we're crumbling. And what's going to happen when we crumble all the way? We can't save the kids. Y'all say they're our futures. That's why, I agree with him so much. I gotta go listen to his music, and I love listening to music. Like so, I gotta go listen to your music. I gotta see what you got out here.
Yeah, I got one more track coming out, and I have to rest my voice because I lose my voice after a while. But I got a track coming out, and it's about a subject that you was talking about earlier on the other video that I had saw. I gave you a comment on there, but that subject what you was talking about, you'll see my comment on there. That's the subject that I'm trying to hit on, and I reached out to some sisters because I want the sisters to give their point of view on the situation. If it's any brothers that done went through this similar thing, what you said you went through with your testimony, I want them to just, you ain't gotta tell, because men don't want to, we don't want everybody to, nah, that's like somebody that got you at jail. Nah, that can't, nah. So what I'm saying,
when it comes to men, when I tell them about, like when they speak on their story, like you don't gotta go into details. I will never go into details. I explain certain things, like like when it comes to my story, I was forced to do this, I was forced to do that. So I can't imagine a man trying to, but yes, I could sit here and picture a man speaking on, I went through this, so I know, I overcame this like this. So I would never knock a man down for, not to, explaining the details that happen.
nah,
You can't put that on social media as a man. No, I understand that.
people attack you for everything now.
I give it to the men that have been brave enough to, speak like, yo, yeah, I've been through this. So,
but I noticed that the men's that do speak on it, they be the ones wearing dresses and stuff a lot of time.
No, don't get it wrong. There have been some. That's the problem. See, the people like that, they overpower the men that really do come out, and they don't be out there like that. Like they speak on their story and they just try to help the young men. They be like, yo, I went through this, blah, blah. Listen, I don't know. I'm trying to like say it like the way a man would, but no, not all of them are like that out there, and a lot of them, and they're not. A lot of them are not all like Hassan Campbell here on YouTube. Hassan Campbell makes me like
all we can do, all we as men need to be doing with that, I believe. Now it's my opinion. is that we just need to look at the other brother and say, look, if this happened to me, this is how I would feel about it. So when we listen to, so the men that's going through this, I think the most safest way for them is to listen to the women, give their testimony, not because he soft or nothing. Listen to the women give their testimony or whatever they went through with. And a lot of women that went through that, they are going to have some kind of what I say, not all of them, because some of them, they blame every man for what they went through with. But that's why, it's hard to find counselors for that too. So because you got a lot of counselors, they gon', oh, what did that dog do? So you gotta sift through it. If you hear, like what Proverbs say, if you find somebody with wisdom, hold fast to that one right there. You better hold fast to that one. Because that's rare. That's like finding a needle in a haystack. And I'm not saying that it's not a lot of people out there like that. It's a lot, but it's still few. So when you find a person with, I'll tell you like this here. There's another, I ain't gonna say that because this is your page. So what I'm saying, I want to leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. But it's a lot of people.
Trust me, like you've been talking all right. Like, listen, man, I found my ways to talk around certain things too here on YouTube, so I understand where you're coming from.
So that's all what I'm saying. Not trying to downcast nobody. Some people they mean well, but just find the person that you fit with, and be healed through that, and try not to get a lot of counselors. That's the advice that I would give brothers. You can listen to other people, but have those main, like Messiah, he had 3 guys. I think it was Kepha, Yakanan, and Yaaquaba. That's the 3 he had. So you got to pick, and he still had he had a bunch, but he had those 3, he had the 12, and he had all those Sanhedrin of people, right? So that's how you do it. And that's it. I just wanted to come on here and just try to give some support to your channel. I hate to see when somebody is pouring out their heart and they don't hardly get no support. And I know a lot of times we say we don't really want it or whatnot, but it wouldn't hurt people to just come and press a like on the video and to show some type of gratitude. And that's why I'm grateful for the few that come and drop by and show love to me. And that's what I want to leave with you. I saw you drop by the other day, and I want to come up here and say thank you. All right.
Thank you for hopping on and giving your perspective. Trust me, I got a lot of the kids, a lot of the youth that listen, especially teens from the age of 17 and up. I got kids 14, 15. So you see, like, I try to stop the vocabulary a little bit. Sometimes it comes out when I get very passionate. But I do appreciate when people come up here and they give their perspectives, because it helps me kind of like listen how he's saying it or listen to how she's saying it. They don't got to do exactly what everybody on here is saying or take the advice that everybody's saying, but I want them to hear it so they can see the different ways that people think and how other people overcome certain situations. I don't want them to think that they always going to be stuck or they ain't nothing or they not worth something, because they really are. I want them to see that there's people out here that actually do hear them. So for those that the youth that is following me, like, look, there's people, I want them to see, look, there's people that are going through the same thing that you're going through, probably worse. So I do appreciate everybody that does come on my panel and does, give their perspectives and hop on here, whether it's to speak their story or give an opinion or perspective, just like you did. So what you did today is really highly appreciated. And this is what I like doing. I like having conversations, not disputes or, debates. Everybody's entitled.
Back up with you. I can't back up with you. What's the brother name? I heard him talk.
That's my fiance. His name is Raheem, but he stepped out.
All right, tell Raheem I said Shalom.
Okay.
All
Got you,
right,
got you.
and tell him to create a page so I can speak to him on there.
Oh yeah, he's thinking about making. We're thinking about starting a podcast, but he's going to talk more about marketing and cryptos on his.
All right. Hey, just don't forget, um, I don't know if you been to We Woke now, but check him out too. It's Pastor Kelly. He do his stuff really good, and I think you should check him out. And you'll meet a lot of other people over there. Y'all new to on here? You and Raheem?
Oh no, I've been on here for a while. I actually had another channel, but because I speak a lot on the kids and stuff like that, but and I speak a lot on molestation. But I was actually, I spoke a little too much and got a couple strikes. So that one more strike is down. So I started this channel a couple months ago, and I decided I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just start doing the podcasting and uploading just videos, and I'm gonna watch what I say.
Yeah, you gotta speak. You gotta speak in Negro code. Yeah,
That's a fact, though. And listen, man, and you was right. Like a lot of us is mixed up in so many ways that it's not even a joke. And listen, I respect everybody because there's people out here with religions. There's people out here that don't have a religion. I'm one of them. I believe in God. Like I don't knock nobody down for their religion because at the end of the day, each individual has a spirit of their own, is a person of their own. They think individually, they have their own opinions, and I learn from everybody, whether it's good or it's bad. And if I see that you're not for me, because I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, I just know to remove myself.
yeah. But let me get off of here. Thank you for offering us to come up. And if you go live
Yeah.
again, I just watch in the background. I come up sometimes on other people's page, but
You're
if
always
one
welcome
day
up
I probably
here.
come
Like
up.
I dropped the links for everybody to come up, and like I said, this is the podcast. Like on my other channel, I didn't do it because I was a little nervous, always getting striked. But now that I know how to work around them, I was like, you know what? It's time to just speak up, especially for somebody that's speaking up for the getting cameras into these schools and trying to get resources for the youth and stuff like that. I gotta speak up. Like I can't keep trying to keep censoring myself because I don't know what to say. So yeah, it's time to like you see me. I'm trying to learn how to network and build with other people too. So I really appreciate you. Like I said, you coming up here, it helps the kids a lot, especially with
All right.
everything you said, because everybody learns from everybody. I'm not here to judge nobody. Like the podcast, the whole point of the podcast is we each learn from each one to each one, and we bring awareness to everything that's going on around us, and to try to bring solutions to the table. Like everybody's welcome to talk. Everybody's opinion is more than welcome because from your opinion, I can get an idea. From your opinion, other people's can come up with ideas and conclusions or try, whichever way it goes, each one is going to help the other person. It may not be this one, but it might be the other one in the chat. So at the end of the day, everybody's opinion matters. So I really do appreciate you, and I thank you for coming up. And your opinion does matter. Like if you want to say anything else, you're more than welcome. I'm in this live with you. And, I really wanted to hear what you had to say.
Oh, about the radio? I
Yeah,
just
that you were
okay.
talking to me, and I just been listening because I'm like, okay, he's saying something interesting because I didn't know about that. So I'm learning now something other than just how you get paid through a social media platform. I didn't know about the radios.
Okay, see, this is the thing, right? You got to get in rotation, and make sure you copyright. This is the baseline stuff where they tell you get your stuff copyrighted. Get you got to get the track, and you record it. And once you drop the track, you got to know some DJs. So start talking to some DJs or whatever, or you can ask them what's the price to get my music in rotation, and let them, and you go from there. Now, you set up your ASCAP account or BMI, and they'll give you a number. So with your song, you online, you got to get a number too. So you might need to go through, as people say, go through DistroKid. I don't know about, you can choose whichever one you want, but look through stations, and I think that they allow you to on DistroKid. You will be able to do your videos through DistroKid. I think they'll let you do your videos through them.
Yeah, I have a distro kid. What you're saying is
All
good
right.
advice for youth that want to be on radio, and that's why I say thank you for coming up and saying that, because a lot of these
Mm-hmm.
kids put music up on the radio, but the most they can get to is, like you just said, a distro kid or a TikTok or what is it? I think Snapchat or here on YouTube.
But whatever else that I want to say, I ain't gonna say it right now. I ain't gonna say it on here now. But I'll tell you this right here. Try to work out deals with the people on the radio and with TV. That's all I'm finna say on here. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people that's listening can understand what I'm telling them to do. Work out some deals with the people on the radio and on television. Because if the artist is losing money, they losing money.
Mm.
And
Like
that's
my
all I'm
baby
finna
father
say.
said. Yep.
When the artist
And
losing money, radio station losing it.
yep. And him saying that kind of like, yo, it kind of has me here thinking, because my baby papa was just thinking about that. Like when it comes to the banning these little apps that people are using, like TikTok and stuff like that. Damn, that's crazy. How can it be possible for him to ban the side hustles? Not just that, like the Uber, the Lyft, because if it's not working out with the, the little test run that they got in Chicago, I think that he said it was right, Chicago, California, something like that. California. The what was it? The pro something. It's not gonna work out nowhere else. So yeah, so it's a matter of people coming together like the truckers did to get what they're asking for. So I really appreciate you. Like, you got me thinking up here. So
I'm
I
gonna
really
say one
appreciate.
more thing. I don't know if you caught it. Suge Knight had went live, I think 2 days
He did?
ago.
Oh
Yeah.
snap! No, I missed it.
Okay, he was talking about how if the artists, all the independent artists, and all of the artists. Now this is what he said. Now, and I agree with him because this is the same thing that I've been trying to. If all of the artists, I'm talking about all of them, like in whatever score, you could all come together and put y'all money together and build y'all own stuff. Make y'all own stuff instead of depending on what they got. And they can do it if they all come together instead of working against each other. You this label, you that label. They all need to come together and put their stuff in the same situation and build from there. Like we can have our own stores and everything if we would just stop trying to be separate, but together. You can't do that, and that's the problem. All the Publix and all these stores, they've been in business for a long time. They working with other companies, so we got an issue where all the artists is trying to build up their own brands instead of trying to build each other up.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be no artist that's hungry with the artist that's making money. Every artist should be trying to include in some kind of way all the other artists. So if I ain't got nothing but if I have 5,000 views every time, then I need to bring over some of these artists and say, look, I'm gonna let yours roll through here, brother day. This brother day right here. This one day. This one day. You own the radio. Look at Charlemagne. He own it. He got the radio thing going. Why he ain't running no artists through there? All these artists on YouTube.
You're right. Who said that? Cat Williams said that. Oh wow. I'm like, yo, you sound like somebody that was just on a podcast. Cat Williams was saying the same thing, kind of in a way, but differently. I
But
think
they
he was
not
saying it
doing
about
that.
the work. He was saying about the comedians. You're saying about the music. Yo, it's no different.
Right. It's all the same. Even with the farmers. Why should this farm over here getting all this money from the government, but the other farm going down? You can't. So you telling me you can't help him? He got to go and beg the government for a loan when you got somebody over here in this state that's making it good over here because they got a leg up. Everybody ain't get no leg up. You know how some people got these car lots. You feel me? So you got the some people they looking at it like, okay, this one is nothing, this one is something. Just because you ain't got nothing don't mean that you ain't nothing. Cause you got this guy over here, he done got a leg up. Somebody done invested millions inside of his uh uh career. So he got his way in. You know what I'm saying? It's some artists that ain't getting paid nothing and they putting out quality music, and it's so you got a lot going on. Like it's a lot of movie creators on YouTube. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't go we're gonna go to the theater to watch their movie if they put it in there, or is they gonna waste all their money putting it in there and nobody show up because it's not so and so in there. But I gotta have bro over here for you to come and pay attention to me. So you're not gonna watch what I put together. You just gonna let it go down like that. But I keep making it.
Facts.
And when it's all dried up, when the person can't do it no more, because you got to engage with people for them to get that energy, give it back to you. A lot of reason why a lot of people say I don't like music no more because they ain't giving the artists that really do care about people the energy. So if you ain't giving them the energy, I'm not finna. If I open up, I guarantee if I go and open up a rec right now and I say, you know what, let me book me as the starting artist, and I'm finna book all the local artists in the area that nobody don't know, and then I'm finna book one big artist. They gonna all come out for that one. Why won't that one come over and help? Why don't he just say, you know what, I know I'm not gonna make what I'm used to making, but this is so I can make more by helping more people. They don't see it like that. You're not gonna make more spend. I told somebody this, and the guy, he don't agree with it. How you gonna make more on a product when you selling it where nobody can afford it? I can't make more on a product if I'm selling it above other people's pay rate. I'm only gonna reach a certain amount of people. Everybody ain't got it like that. So why am I finna make my ticket $120 when people can't? They $1 short on rent, or they $30 or $100 short on rent. They can't afford your ticket, bruh.
That's where you're thinking like me when it comes to the business part, because people be like, yo, you should raise the prices. Everybody's prices is going up. I was like, no, because if I go lower than this person, you got to think, the lower the price, the faster the flip. I may lose a couple dollars at the beginning, but the faster I'm flipping, I'm going to gain them couple dollars I lost.
You're going to be better off than the other guy. Look,
exactly.
Let me say it like this. This guy over here selling corn. He's selling the corn for $200 for 5 grains of corn. 5 grains. So every 5 grains of corn is $200. But it's a brother over here. He's selling the whole kernel for 50 cents. Who finna get more business?
The 50 cent.
But they don't want that. So they trying to overcharge, and then they try to keep other people away from the product so that they can stay in business. That's why they got laws set up to keep you away from the product. So if you could get over that loophole, which a lot of them complaining about, then we can say, okay, now I can sell this whole kernel for 50 cents, and I'm never gonna change the price. This is the price of the kernel. Even if I die, I need to have it written in the law of my company. This is the law of this kernel. This is how much it's gonna be, and it's never gonna change. So you got trillions of people on the earth that eat corn. Trillion times 50 cents equals what?
Trillion times 50 cents. I'm bad at math. You said a trillion times 50 cents. You got me. I gotta bring the calculator out.
Well, either way, they're not thinking of it like that. So, like I said, when I first had my first CD, I sold it for $1. And they said, "Cap, you crazy? Why you selling your CD for $1?" But look, I had 100 CDs, so I got my money back. But it's not. I gave it to them for free, but they didn't understand that.
Facts.
So I paid for the CD. You gave me my money back, and I gave you the CD. The CD is worth more than $1. You got a value of that. You know what I'm saying? One guy said he ain't got nothing but 50 cents. I said, here you go, bro. You see what I'm saying?
That's a fact. I get where you're coming from. Like I'm telling you, hey, people just don't understand. Like it's a method to everything. And I
Right. If you
believe it
had, if
because
you
when
was a,
I first started,
uh, if you
when
make
I first
wigs,
started,
right?
yeah,
If you make women wigs, if you sell the wig for $1 a piece, right? And you got women that love to go and buy wigs, how much money you gonna make if 1,000 women come and buy the wig for $1?
1,000
Okay.
more. You get more than 1,000, but yeah, 1,000.
Will it break the bank? Will it break their bank to spend $1 for
No,
a wig? But they gonna look at it. Oh, the value is down. So we got a mind when we thinking about scats and what that. Remember when Shaq made that shoe?
yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. We got a scat mindset. Oh, that's scats, bro. That Bobo. I don't want that cuz. So that's the problem.
I wore them
That's the problem.
shoes.
That's all I'm saying. Now I got to go.
Teenage. But yeah, you right on them, Jones. Because thank you so much for coming up.
All right,
Thank you
you
so
can
much.
keep it going now. I'm listening in the background.
Okay. But he's right on that. Like, listen, I had somebody start off with me when I was doing the merchandise, right? And I could honestly tell you that they was mad because I started off by giving away hoodies, t-shirts, and caps, beanies, and all that. I was like, y'all, you're not getting the whole point of this. They like, but you losing money. How we gonna make anything? Da, 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 da. Then we gotta split profit. Yeah, but at the end of the day, we don't split profit until we get rid of the majority of everything, right? And either way, you don't split the profit until you put up the re-up. Like you don't just sit here, grab your profit, and not worry about the re-up. So, and when I first started off, I really started off by just giving away stuff. Like, look, listen, we riders for life. We fight to reunite. We got this whole workshop because I started off as a little workshop, and I was helping the youth around me. And I had took a couple of young bulls under my wing. For those of y'all that don't know what young bulls are, a couple teens under my wing, and they started off with their own little brands and stuff like that, and they still selling. So I'm not mad about that part, but the whole thing is, it's like, damn, you don't have the patience. Like, and then after that, like, it took me a whole year. Like, I kept trying. It was a little slow in the beginning, but he's like, yo, you need to raise the prices like everybody else. You need to do this. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that because I get where you're coming from. We're not making as much right now, and we have to put all the money into the re-up. And so that left us with just a real small portion of a profit that we had to split between the both. But after a year, I can honestly say that everything started benefiting. Like after 2 years, I started having people, and I was like, "Yo, what's crazy is when I started working after the third year, business started zooming, popping. Like, yo, you don't got no shirts, you don't got no hoodies. Right now, I don't because I stopped and I'm actually working. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and the whole reason was because of the method I was using. At the end of the day, if I keep my prices low, I'm going to keep flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping. I'm going to lose a little bit in the beginning, but after a while, yo, it's worth it. And this method, my baby pops. It took me a minute to understand what the hell my baby pops was talking, but I'm saying, I was like, yo, you don't peep it. Like once they raise up their price even higher, then I'll raise my price up just a little bit. But other than that, like yeah, you gotta raise your prices as things go up in the market, especially shirts. Like if you're sitting here and you're selling clothes, like for me, I gotta purchase shirts. Hold on one second, let me catch up to the chat. Blessings, daughter of Zion. Blessings, how you doing? Blessings, be encouraged with Marissa. How you doing? Maritza. But yeah, damn, I can say your name in English and in Spanish. I just beat that. Marisa. Marisa, limpia tu huerto. But yeah, doing that like that benefits a lot of small business owners. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and fight with the next person or be in competition with somebody that's doing the same thing as me. No, man, I sat here. I wanted to run a business. I had to figure out how to run it and learn how to run it. And boom, I did it. But guys, this was supposed to be a pop-up live, short live. I wanted to actually see the Marlene Sanders live, I'm not sure if she's still alive, but um, I'm glad I came up on here because I learned a couple things thanks to him and some new advice for the kids that are here in North Philadelphia that are trying to get their music out in the radio stations for people to listen in their cars and stuff like that, or you know other ways to get their music out there. The man that just I gotta say his name right. Look, listen, man. I'm gonna learn it first, and I'm gonna say his name, right? But I want to thank him. Like his link is right here on the chat. So it's right here, and he's got a lot of knowledge. Like so, if you wish, I suggest listen, go follow him. He's got music. He's on YouTube, so go check him out. I'm gonna check myself what type of content he got. Let me see one second. Can I click on it? No, I have to go to. Oh, I have to go into my YouTube. I'm not on YouTube right now. Hold on. All right, I'll do that when I get off the live. But for those of you that catch the replay or anything, just make sure you check him out, yo, because he was on here spitting some gems. I like to listen, man. I like to learn from different people. Everybody got different opinions. Everybody's been through so many things, different things. Everybody's walked through different trenches and had to fight a demon in the same hell, just different ways. So I want to thank everybody, for supporting the shorty, for coming up and throwing the shorty love, for sharing the videos, liking the videos, and much more, and listening to me. So for those of you out here that have small businesses and do use TikTok, I hope that this live benefited you. For those side hustlers, the people that have a side hustle as a permanent um way of making their living, to bringing bread to the table, it affects you too. The ban of TikTok and all that, Biden is trying to eliminate all side hustles. So it does affect. So I urge that we all come together, we all unite and bring a solution to the table. We don't need to argue. We need to have conversations and bring these solutions to the table. Everybody's opinions need to come to the table, and whoever opinions best help us, whoever solution best help us, is the one that we need to sit here and go forth with. Like, but it's up to y'all. So till next time, this y'all shorty Rachel. I hope all of y'all have a blessed and humble day. I hope all of y'all continue to have a blessed and humble day, and I'm gonna leave y'all with a song. Hold on 1 second. Yo, these people don't know how to drive. I swear, yo, I'm glad I don't drive. I am so glad.
I am not a liberal. Why